The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
What's the fuss?
It's been a while.
Is that our song for the week?
What?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Every time somebody says that, I want to go, it's been a while.
That dude's crazy now, I heard.
I think he is, but I heard that song in the car randomly for the first time in probably 15 fucking years. I was like, why is the radio playing this? And it was good. I forgot how good it was, dude.
I'm not a fan of that
Everybody
song.
shit on them and just kind of like Nickelback, but like, and I'm not saying Nickelback's great, but I heard that song and I was like, man, it took me instantly back 20 plus years ago to when I was like 19 years old.
That's not Nickelback.
And it was awesome. No. I said just like Nickelback.
Oh, yeah. Well, for us, it's been a year.
It's been a year. It's been, What's the Fuss started back in 2016. That was crazy. That was right at the end of Obama. The country was literally tearing itself apart.
Yeah. Obama's
and now
end was the
country is
downfall.
also again tearing itself apart. Maybe even worse.
If only we had
obviously worse.
If only we had a smooth, sexy black man to hold our country together now.
I guess so. If only Trump could play basketball instead of fucking golf.
I don't even think he can do that.
I don't think so. Somebody was saying today that they think that he's gonna he wants to run again or whatever. I was like, he's old. He's not liked. He wants to golf. He wants to buy an island and go away, and that's exactly what he should do.
That's right, just like
That
Epstein.
is what I would do.
I hope he goes that same route.
I think the quicker
Without the child fucking.
the quicker the country moves on, the better it is.
Yeah.
So we got to stop looking.
This is a
back
weird.
and just
This
start
is a
looking
weird
forward.
in between relationship where you're screwing a weird guy from the bar for like a few too many weeks or
How
whatever.
many of those have you had?
And plenty.
Weird
dude.
guys from the
Jesus
bar,
Christ.
in betweeners.
I think this is episode.
Oh my God.
241.
that is so impressive if you get that right. I don't
yeah.
know.
I think our last one was 240.
I'm gonna check.
That's fine. You guys check. I'll just.
Yeah,
I'll
I mean
just
that's
talk
what
to
it
the camera
says.
for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
this was our. So that was December 21st.
There it is.
We did an episode 240 called "Merry Effing Christmas." That would be it.
Wow.
And since then, a
Yeah.
whole lot of shit's happened. I mean, I feel like I had stuff that I wanted to talk about as far back as like stimulus checks and stuff. Nobody
Oh, my
even
God.
cares anymore.
Well, now we have plenty. We could do a whole fucking. We could do 2 shows on the Capitol insurrection.
The fucking the world is every 2 or 3 days something crazy stuff. And I remember specifically going, all right, 2020 sucked. Next year, obviously, nothing's going to be like that.
Well, it's not like a hard reset. But
Well, I
we
mean,
didn't
I
think-
thought it was going to be.
I didn't think we were going to upgrade to Civil War.
Yeah, you're
well,
right.
you know.
Yeah, let's evolve
happens.
forward to fucking our own citizenry, killing
We're-
each other,
we're-
and security at
We
the Capitol.
keep trying to one up our situation,
Yeah.
and it's like, at what point do we stop or hit that apex?
Who knew 2020 was Florida Man and said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
I know.
God
right.
damn.
Well, I basically, all right, so
Well,
first
who
of
are
all.
you, and what are we doing?
Oh, sure. I guess we can do that as I'm just throwing stuff at the camera.
You found us,
I don't know
so
why I'm doing
clearly
that.
you know who we are and what we're doing.
My name's Rocky Soga. I'm the host of the show. This is What's Fuss Podcast. I guess episode 241. With me is my producer, John Hanan.
So
Smooth. And we always have Pizza Peisenberg with us.
That's me. That's John. That's Rocky.
Yay. First of all, how was everybody's Christmas? Because when we last talked, it was a few days before Christmas. How was it? How would
it
you guys
was
do?
solid. Definitely solid. I had a few Christmases, like, you know how, like, you know, parents split up and then you're running
Yeah.
around, and I have a girlfriend and her parents, so
Yeah.
all over the place.
Fun.
Humble brag.
Chris?
Girlfriend. My Christmas was terrible. My kid got COVID.
Oh.
So our family Christmas was canceled, and I did family Christmas yesterday.
Dude, you're never going to believe this. My chick's kid got COVID.
Yeah.
Christmas was pretty much fucking canceled.
Yep.
With them, at least, with that side of the family, that was one whole household. They were quarantined. They all got it together, and then so the rest of us, we didn't do much. My girlfriend and I, so we did like a little mini Christmas the day before, where so every year, this is what I'm finding out. There's Puerto Rican Christmas, and then there's Italian Christmas.
Okay.
Because half of our family's Puerto Rican,
And then you
half
have-
of them are Italian.
If you have the Puerto Rican half, probably does Three Kings Day too, huh? You guys
No.
fuck with that? No, they're not
No.
that hardcore.
No, they're not that Puerto Rican. They don't steal.
Me and my girl do like this competition when we're doing gift exchange, but especially around Christmas time. We try to give more gifts than the other person does.
Oh.
This year, she beat me.
I
She got
certainly
me
did
more.
not play that game this
Yeah,
year.
no, me
I
neither.
get salty
I
if-
certainly don't want to go home and kill myself after listening to you guys fucking talk of your awesome Christmases while I sat in my bed and kept myself from crying all day. It was
No,
awesome.
well, if you have your
Man.
Christmas this week, then you've had it too.
No, it was cool. Yeah, and I got, I think I got one thing. It was not, as far as the material shit goes, it was not good. But I was happy that I got to get presents for all my immediate family. I got presents for John. We exchanged them on our show over
Yeah.
at Funny to Informing on our Christmas episode.
Word.
I got Christmas gifts for Rocky because that was the deal. And then Rocky fucking backed out day of the recording. I don't care about the gifts, but he backed out of hanging out. But I still,
Okay,
like a stand-up
that
dude,
is
brought
not
his gifts.
What happened?
Oh, it is, but it's fine. Dude,
John,
it's been a
do you
month.
want
I'm over
to
it.
Tell him
I don't.
what. Okay, so
don't.
this is what happened.
Just take your gifts and shut up.
This is what happened.
So on our show, Funny to Informing,
thought we were-
Are we gonna not talk over each other? Or we are? No, I'm letting you have your show.
Go ahead.
All right. So on our show, I got John this same shirt, and I got you a matching shirt, and it was gonna be funny. Haha! You guys have matching shirts because we're all friends, and I wanted to get me one, but they only had one of Fat Man size, so I
Okay.
got it for you.
Well, thank you. That's awesome.
Not that you watch Friends, but I know that
I like Friends a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah, Friends is cool, and it was cheesy
I
and
don't-
corny too, right? Friends. We were gonna have
Yes.
3 shirts, but they didn't have my size, so
We cannot wear that shirt the same day.
I think you guys should only
We're
wear
gonna
the
look
shirts.
like when they did that bad movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Oh God.
Oh, twins.
Yeah.
You're absolutely twins. This one though, I was walking through Target when I got John's gift and that gift, and I was like, oh my God, if this isn't the perfect goddamn gift for Rocky in this show. When we lost our fart gun, the fart gun that David was nice enough to give us, this is a
Yeah.
manually controlled fart gun
What the
to
fuck?
replace the
it's-
battery operated. Yeah, it just kind of does a little squeaky fart there if you go slow.
Oh.
I was
wow.
hoping it did it on a pull and a push, but it's only a push.
It sounds like it rips.
Oh yeah, you can.
It
you can
is
have fun
almost like
with
a
that.
Rick.
It's
Yeah.
it's a ripper.
Yeah, a dry.
It is a very dry. That's the
Sahara
one where you go,
Desert.
ow, my butthole.
Yeah, and
oh,
'cause it's
I need a
those-
cork in there.
Those cheeks are flapping
Yes,
hard.
yeah. But
And
but when I saw it, I didn't play with it because it was in a package, so I couldn't hear what it sounded like. But I was like, it's the goddamn fart gun.
What are the odds, though?
That's what I said, and I was like, this is perfect for Rocky and the goddamn show.
This feels
so
like home.
I'll replace the fucking. There you go. I'll replace the fart gun to a smaller extent.
I like-
Same
and then
color
we
and
can
all.
we can even keep
You
it
can
up
keep it
like an old timey TNT, and like the
plunger.
when one of our jokes explodes,
It actually sounds
that
better off
actually
the table.
reverbed way.
Exactly. I kind of like that. We'll leave the plunger cocked right here, guys.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much.
no problem. man. I was just giving you shit because I
Well,
wanted to give you shit on your own show.
All right, so this is what happened, and I'm not making any excuses, but this
been a
is my
while.
excuse. We somehow we had decided that we were going to not go do whatever, and we were going to meet up at my house.
Yeah, because I was
So,
with you.
My
I think,
first.
but that's the thing. I think you guys kind of decided that, and what upset me about that was 2 days prior, we had all as a group made a pact that we were going to do a certain thing, and then I was kind of upset because literally the day before is when I found out my kid had COVID. So my Christmas, literally this year, was the day John and I sat and recorded our Christmas.
And I
episode.
ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
No.
John and I still had a great time, dude.
well, we-
you missed out on a great time. I love you, but
Well,
you didn't
'cause
ruin
I
shit.
was
No, you
under
didn't
the-
ruin anything. I'm
I
just
was
giving
under
you
the
shit, pal.
impression that we were all going to just meet at Rocky's and then go from there wherever next.
I didn't know any of that, and also at
So that's
some-
why I was there first.
So after we decided or whatever that everybody was coming to my house, my girl came over to my house. We started doing all this other shit.
Oh,
you
I didn't know it was all in depth like that.
My girl was over there. She
Right.
was doing stuff for one of the neighbors. We had all kinds of stuff going on there that day. And at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, and this is where I was wrong. And I don't like to say that like Fonzie.
it's not wrong because it was responsible.
Right.
I drank. I started
I know,
drinking.
I know. Yeah.
I started drinking.
Well, that makes
so-
total sense.
And I wasn't like completely wasted, but I certainly wasn't gonna be driving or whatever. Now
Right.
we had
and
moved,
then drinking more and then
yeah,
driving back.
but
That's where you get into
my
trouble.
chick had come over. We'd moved everything and all this other stuff like that. And then so by the time I got back to my phone, literally over an hour had passed, and I was like, "Oh, shit,
yeah,
things
yeah.
had changed, whatever."
Right.
And then
It's
before
just
I
poor
knew it,
planning on
before
all
I
of our
knew it, John
parts.
was out the door, and I was like scratching my head. I was like, "Oh fuck."
What the hell's going on?
Yeah,
it's fine.
and then I had to take care of other shit. Anyways, I'm sorry about that.
all good.
But it
I
was
saved your gifts.
Thank you.
Only
I
because I lost
appreciate
the
that.
receipt. Just kidding. I threw the receipt away because who takes shit back? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, dude, I've started taking stuff back. Like I recently got into. for the camera.
Oh.
Axe
Oh
throwing.
yeah, the
Yes.
axes.
I'm big into axes now, and I love throwing them. I would throw them right now, but I have a feeling the only thing that I have is a tree with my neighbor's like cat behind it.
Yeah.
So that was
Don't
not
do
good.
that.
It'll change from the name of the cat is Black Cat, by the way.
I-
And she just came outside yelling Black Cat. I'm like, hey, please say cat loud enough, or people think you're just calling
It
racial
worked
terms.
because the black
I
cat
know,
was in
Black
here
Cat
in the
came from nowhere.
backyard. Started coming over.
I think
Yeah.
it's great though that you picked up the same hobby as your favorite cologne.
My
Axe.
Body spray.
Oh, that reminds me of listening to ICP in the 7th grade locker room.
Because it was horrible.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Actually,
Bad joke.
I kind of
bad
like.
rap.
I kind of like ICP a little bit. There's some songs that I think are kind of weird.
Somebody at work was trying to sell me on them the other night, and rather than argue with them, because John and I did this whole episode years back now on ICP and our infatuation with the craziness and stupidity of them, and he was trying to like sell me on the goodness of them, and I was like, yeah, man, that beat's dope. It's just like, I gotta walk away. Like,
yeah.
I didn't want to get
Who's
in
going
a
chicken hunt? It's like
I didn't want to get in a
very
confrontation
weird.
about it.
Yeah, it's super weird music, but there's a few songs.
I like them as
I can't
people
even think of them now.
more than their music.
No, just,
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate them. I just don't take them seriously.
Oh,
I mean,
why
they're
would you?
fucking-
No.
Well, yeah, some people go hard for that shit.
Oh
dude.
yeah, you know what's funny is I actually maybe like a couple weeks ago I was super bored one morning, and obviously it's the only reason that you would ever do this, and I watched a little ICP documentary from like the 90s.
Oh, that I would watch.
Oh,
you don't have to be a fan to be interested
and
in
they were
the
talking
craziness.
about the Fago and all the stuff
Yeah.
and the devil music, and they were interviewing the parents or whatever. But they said something that stood out to me because it was true. And like normally when
Earth is flat.
like when someone says something like fake and outlandish, that's when I for some reason it sticks to me. But like this was true. One of their tour managers or somebody said, when kids start listening to our music, they stop listening to other people's music. And I was like, holy
Okay.
fuck, I knew a few of those kids.
That's all. Yeah, you're right. It's like the cult aspect of it.
Yeah.
How people go. That's what I'm saying. When I go, people ride hard for that shit. They
Yeah.
do. They go. They forsake all others.
when I was
you know?
into Manson and Korn and Limp Bizkit and all that shit like that,
Right.
I knew a few kids that listened to, because of course I listened to ICP. Everybody had it on back then. You couldn't help. You just walk places and it'd be playing at Spencer's.
I could help it. I just kept walking.
Well, it is a gauntlet, though, because you only have 24 hours in a day, and you're not going to spend all of it listening to music because you got shit to do, most likely.
I don't know.
So you have to pick.
I don't know. Do you
what
not
your
have
favorites
wireless
are.
headphones?
But
you have
yeah.
to have priorities, you know?
But they
Even
were
with that.
they were right. I knew this kid. I don't want to say his name. I think he got in some trouble later in life, suppressed. But he listened to ICP and that's it. And then when that Twisted band came out,
There
he
you
would
go.
listen to them. Side note: I got to see Census Fail, one of my all-time favorite bands. I love Census Fail, and Twisted play "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor"
Okay, that's
and
probably pretty
break
cool.
stuff at Warped Tour.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was
Just see, if it was a good cover, if they were good covers, too,
Oh, it
that's
was
even better. Dude,
All right.
I was really
and my
upset.
buddy from Census Fail was really nice to me. Sorry.
I showed up to see Census Fail and couldn't hear him. I was really upset.
Oh man,
It was as if my hearing failed.
I was gonna say, did your census fail?
R.I.P. Warp Tour.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Yeah, when you said RIP, I was like, did they die? I don't know that band.
I hope not. I love them. I fucking love Census Fail a lot. I know it's like pussy ass emo shit, but some of it's kind of heavy, not compared to my girlfriend and stuff. My girlfriend would call that straight up bitch music. My
Probably.
girlfriend listens to like Slayer and shit.
Corrosion of conformity.
God damn, I love that band.
Some of it is the nasal singers.
Yes, I like the nasal singers. I like Newfound Glory a lot.
Why you break
I feel
my
like, yeah,
heart?
Rocky
Yes.
likes his music hard and his male band leaders softer than a tissue.
Yeah,
Like-
softer than puppy
He's
shit.
Softer than puppy shit. That's right. Softer than John's beer shits.
Jeans tighter than tits
Yep.
on a window.
I want his jeans to influence
are we
his
just-
high-pitched voice. That's how tight I want them.
Are we just doing rednecky pop punk voices? Because I could do this all day. This is fun. Hey, man, I don't need you or this fucking town.
It reminds me of us hearing how far Billy Joe had fallen in the front of the the Fort Lauderdale Public before we watched.
What was
the
that guy's
start of the
name?
show.
Did you know his name? It was a
Nope,
homeless
it was
dude
just somebody
singing Green
shared it
Day.
on TikTok.
Homeless dude singing Green Day in front of public.
And
So
he
if you wanna
sounded
look that
just
up, it
like
sounded
Billy
fucking
Joe.
Awesome.
Looked
Yeah.
like him too, kind of.
Did
Did
he?
he?
A homeless version of.
Dude,
I guess.
Billy Joe has gotten more and more handsome over time. I'll be damned. I've always had a crush on that dude. Since I was in 2nd grade and my weenie started feeling funny when I looked at things, Billy Joe
sense didn't
has
fail.
always been like one of my favorite dudes. Now, his music after the album Nimrod, which came out when I was in 5th grade, everything after that is unlistenable music and an affront to punk rock that I am not proud of.
Nimrod is the one with the song we just heard, right?
Hitching a Ride?
Counting sheep, but running out. That song?
No, that's from I know for a fact that was on Dookie, right?
No, that was the album after Dookie.
That was on no. The one before that is called Insomniac. Very angry
No, that was
record.
after Dookie. Dookie was their second hit. Kerplunk, Dookie, Insomniac. That's it.
No, 39 Smooth, Kerplunk,
Oh.
Insomniac.
I didn't know about 39.
Yeah,
There's
man.
nothing like talking about something you're unsure about.
You know what's funny?
But
is,
he's got his chronological wrong. I just didn't know there was a first album in front of Kerplunk.
you know what's funny is this album or this podcast started.
Boom.
Like, we were gonna start talking about.
Still wrong.
We were
It's
gonna
a
do like
web show.
music reviews and shit. That's what
Okay.
we were originally going to talk about. But if you remember, okay, so we started this February 16.
Wow.
Yeah,
Motherfucker knows the date.
yeah. So
What year?
that February 16. No, I'm sorry, February of 2016.
2016. So you're coming up. This is a 5-year anniversary.
Yes,
God damn it.
Yes, this
In a
will be
month.
5-year
In a
anniversary.
month.
Wow.
Wow.
That'll
Holy
be my
shit.
Valentine's Day. You fuckers with your girlfriends have fun, but I'll
You
be
know what,
like,
I
let's
re-
get fucking hammered.
One of the
do
first-
single guy shit.
One of
I'll
the
get
first
hammered.
episodes that we
Yes,
did,
you will.
I had a liquor bouquet from Valentine's Day that my girlfriend had got me, and I was like, I'm saving this for
Awesome.
the show. And that was when we used to get fucking so fucked for every show.
Well, yeah, because
and
you
it
don't
didn't
really
make any sense.
You don't do liquor as much anymore.
No,
he does
I've
not.
learned my fucking lesson. But at the end of that last presidency, the nation was burning apart. Everything was fucking crazy. The nation was super divided, and that's why we got onto politics one day, and we never got off it. We're still having the same conversation. We're still talking about it. But
Yep.
yeah, that's what it was like supposed to be back then. We were going to talk about music and punk rock and local like pizza restaurants and shit like that. We never did any of that crap.
Fell off quickly.
We interviewed a few comedians and musicians and stuff in the early days, but a lot of it was getting wasted and shooting the shit about, and then that's when it turned into kind of whatever was in the news that day, you know.
Well, that's still what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Getting hammered and
what's the
fucking
Orlando's
shooting the
fuss.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
what's the fuss.
Yeah,
In general.
Man, it's changed a lot. It has changed a lot. But the one thing that is kind of the same about it is sort of the format. So, like, we kind of knew what we were going to do back in the day. And now that, you know, I mean, obviously, Etchy and Bill aren't on the show anymore. But, like, we knew kind of where we were going. And we knew that Orlando kind of needed an angry podcast, a truthful fucking podcast that everybody else was putting around issues, or they just weren't into that. You know, Swervy
Right.
Jones was big at the time. Why would he doesn't want to talk politics with, you know, they don't want to do that or whatever. They wanted to talk about fun, goofy shit because they're fun,
Yeah.
goofy guys.
Yeah, take
And
your
they
mind off of stuff.
They had a great thing. And then Oh No Radio Show, every once in a while they would get into some stuff, but they were doing a lot of wrestling and a lot of, that stuff. And then there was a really big boom of podcasts that all came out. Mine was one of the first, but not the first by any means. I remember when my podcast came out, I was like, okay, that's probably enough. Like, people were like, okay, enough, guys. We don't need this many podcasts in Orlando. And then now we have at least 20
Well, with
more.
Etchy being the producer when you guys started in 2016, I think his podcast was one of
He was
the
already,
first.
yeah.
Tidbits he was doing before.
And Bronco.
What Etchy and Bronco was, all that was before A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how
I didn't
long
even
ago
know,
that shit
I
was.
didn't even know Etchy and Bronco did podcasts. I just knew they would do like funny songs and send them in.
Yeah,
so
well, they
I
would
had
do
no
a
idea they were
podcast
podcasting.
too, where they would. It was kind of like Tidbits, but a little funnier, I guess.
Right.
You know, Broncos are. I don't call him Bronco.
Bronco.
I don't call him that. I call him. Never mind. I'm not going to call him by his name in case he doesn't want. He wants to keep his identity secret. Well, I know that
I
dude.
call
He's
him
a family
Daddy.
man. He's funny. He's a cool guy. As a matter of fact, during the pandemic, he was hooking me up with trash bags full of toilet paper.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
looking out.
Good guy. Family man, good guy. He was one of the few people during all of Corona that are of, like, because we knew they were being safe. And I was kind of, he was helping us out with supplies.
A
and
trash
stuff like
bag
that.
of toilet paper. I feel like this would be the year that's going to become currency. And you trade like
Very-
3 rolls for a
Very
dog.
well could be. It almost was last year. It might be again this
Oh,
year.
my
And
God.
that's a win-win. It's something to shit into and wipe your ass
I
with
was
when you're
gonna
done.
say it's more valuable than money because we can't even wipe your ass with money. It doesn't even smell good. If you start a fire, it fucking probably is horrible.
Although you do
Like,
want to put a bunch of them slave owners' faces on your crack.
that would be
It's
fun.
not absorbent.
No, it's not. In fact, I think that if it got slippery, I think it would slide in your cheeks.
Yeah,
I'd
because
much
it's like
rather-
glossy, right?
Yeah, a
It,
little bit.
ironically has a little bit of cotton in it. You'd think cotton on your butthole would be great, right? It'd be very absorbent. No, I feel like
have you ever-
dollar paper is not good for absorbing.
So being a bartender in Florida or Orlando, it's very, very hot in the summer. I cannot tell you how many people have taken
the old tit dollar?
money out of their fucking bra and
Yep.
then handed it to me in sweaty boob. Ew,
So-
lady, it's never a hottie.
My-
it's never a girl whose
No.
boob you want to see. You're
No, no,
always
no.
getting some.
You're right. The ones whose boob you want stuff next to, you don't get those boobs. You get like the dollar next to the old mammy's titty.
Yeah, old
It's
man,
gross.
you mammy fucks.
Old mammy titty. And so my ex-wife way back in the day worked at a grocery store in Georgia, and the old lady came in and whipped out her whole fucking payment of cash from her sweat tits, and her bills were all wadded and wet. And my wife at the time was like, "No, I won't take that," and like made the manager come over and either make her write a check or get other money, or the manager take the dollars. She was like, "I refuse to touch that shit. It's gross."
She
That
said,
is
I'll
gross.
write you a check. Her other titties got the checkbook.
Wham! Do you take
You write you
folded
a
up,
wet
crinkled sweat tit checks?
like,
Let me
Gotcha.
unroll my titty and see what I have in here. I have a couple
Make it-
euros.
Make that out to sweat tits.
That is so fucking gross. And I you know that does not smell good.
No, there's no way.
Old lady.
No way. I mean, like, think of what feet smell like. Ooh,
Old
like
lady
that
boob
under
feet.
your tits. I don't know.
Her nipples probably
say, I
look
got-
like toes.
I got exact change. Let me get my coin purse. And then you're right there down by your pussy.
Oh, no. She opens up the old prison pocket and fucking hands you a couple nickels.
D-Rug has famously, D-Rug, locally famous, like, rapper, podcaster.
He's where we got Mammy
Mammy
from.
Fuck. And he also came up with Throw Up in the Pocketbook, which is
I don't know
coming
what
in a
that
woman.
means. Oh, that.
Right?
I don't
boy.
like that at all.
It is very graphic.
I don't like that at
I'm
all.
not taking
I
credit.
do like, and I got this from the infamous Rye, who was at one point on the show. He does disclaimers, not apologies.
talk about graphic.
And now is a man of
Graphic
God.
work.
He said, I explained that my girlfriend was on birth control, and he goes, "Oh, so you can just shoot up the club?" And I was like, It's a little
up in the
sensitive.
pocketbook.
We
Throw up in the
live right
pocketbook.
next to Pulse. Is fucking. I can walk to Pulse pretty much from here. Like that is a little insensitive. Shoot up the club, and I was like, yeah, right. I shoot up the club. Disgusting,
Man.
That is disgusting. We make
TMI.
love. We make love. How do you can't describe that to your kid? You know,
I remember that night I shot up the club, and then you were born 9 months later, little
So,
baby Rocky.
Daddy
Rocky Jr.
fucked mommy super hard.
Shout out the club.
In the
making
car.
love.
And then he came all in her big old cums right inside mommy.
Oh,
You
dumped
know
a
I got the dub.
load. I
we
mean,
were
a
hanging
big
at
old,
the club. I got too drunk, threw up in the
big old
pocketbook.
hangover wad. Just in her.
Gross.
Just
I was
in
so
her.
dehydrated, it was very gummy.
Yeah, and then she laid down for a nap, and I guess that just took.
Get stuck, fuck around, and find out.
How do you tell your
Then-
kid not to have kids? Because having kids is so awful.
It's hard. It's hard.
We were.
It's hard.
listen.
I tried. It didn't take.
Oh yeah.
First-hand experience.
Hey man, your kid has a beautiful kid though.
I know,
Yeah,
but-
it's I'm not there for those conversations. There's a lot of conversation. Like I was there for. We had a big talk about. Some people in the family have some.
No video.
No video. Okay, it happens. We'll throw up a little graphic. But
Oh.
like, you
All
know,
right,
yeah.
that's fine.
well, yeah, we had to explain how people have different views on things and this and that or whatever. And it
Oh,
was
different
very-
views. Here are some views in our
Here's some
slideshow.
different
Some
views.
views of Muslim people and gay people.
Random internet photos, guys.
and
Mountaintops.
We accept them.
All
you
your
know.
screensavers.
Screensavers.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good cue to go to break and get the other battery.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
I need to tinkle.
Will the Windows icon hit the corner? Well, we don't know.
Stick around and find out. We'll be right back.
Maybe if Karen had been a little bit older, she'd know how to live her life. She'd know just where to look. Instead, she got it through the car to drive us
And we're back. I don't know. I always feel so. I always
don't
feel
have a
weird
can,
when I
so.
come back to stuff because it used to be like we would play songs and stuff in the middle. Oh, we're playing a song, right? We're playing a song or a skit or
Playing a
something
song right now.
But we would play shit, and then I'd be like, I would talk about that shit. But since we started doing YouTube, we've had to take those off.
Well, I'll
'cause,
tell you what. If we were going to play a song,
they give us guff.
would we play the song from 39 Smooth, Kerplunk, Dookie, Insomniac, Nimrod, Warning, or American Idiot? Which is the goddamn order in which the fucking shit came out in?
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, I was right.
You said that
39 Smooth, Kerplunk, Insomniac.
no, Dookie, then Insomniac.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I owned both albums. I bought them as a teenager. 94 Dookie, 95 Insomniac.
See,
97 Nimrod, which you said was their fall off, and I agree because I don't know.
After
Shudder from
Warning is not good. Warning's
American
very,
Idiot was
Warning's
bad.
yeah.
21st Century
All
Breakdown
that
bad.
shit.
They've had more. Uno,
my
Dose,
fucking
and
kid,
Trey?
my kid doesn't like anything before American Idiot, and I'm like, that's when they stopped making music, and
kids
she's
have no
like, yeah,
taste.
it's so weird.
Right.
Yeah,
But she does like Michael
CD
Cormick.
comes with its own eyeliner.
It's so you know what? So I think the reason that I thought that Insomniac had come first because it is a much more raw, angry record,
It is. It's different. From,
and it's
it
a
is a little
record
different.
that people that don't have money write. So
Okay,
the
okay.
fact that they had already had hits from Dookie.
Oh yeah, they blew up on that.
Because
shit,
Dookie
for
is
sure.
also definitely, I think one of the songs he talks about, he talks about the gas station getting robbed and all this other shit like that. So that definitely sounded like there was no money, but it seemed
Yeah,
more
he talks about
melodic.
being a street urchin and shit.
Yeah.
In San Francisco and shit. Yeah.
And that song "Coming Clean" is one of my all-time favorites from
Well,
the record.
I feel
really
like
love
here's what I feel like because
Fucking
the
drumming on that.
Dookie came out in February '94, and then Insomniac was October '95. So I feel like maybe a lot of those songs
year
were
and a half.
already written, and they just
Yeah,
couldn't
some
put
of
them on
them-
Dookie or didn't put them on Dookie.
Longview was on both of those records.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of those songs did make it to both of those, but honestly, Insomniac was so much heavier and so much angrier, and honestly, I can't say it might be my favorite. Armitage Shanks is one of my all-time favorite songs, but Dookie had so many good ones
Dookie
too.
was my shit.
The one thing you don't do to Billy Joe and Green Day is give him only 1 minute. Because then he'll lose his fucking mind.
Oh, he'll fucking hit the stage like Michael Richards. Did you see his little rant there?
you
that
only
he
give him
did?
1 minute.
No, I didn't know.
He loses.
Oh,
his
he did
mind.
not. It was
We're
at the
not Justin
iHeart.
fucking Bieber.
iHeart Music Festival, which was he was on the bill with
I do a
Bieber
great Billy Joe.
and all
I
these great
forgot.
pop stars. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I do a great Billy Joe. I've been listening to him for a long time. And one time, I know I've already said this on the show, he did personally talk to me.
Oh, because you were wearing a cool
Is
band
that a
shirt.
fucking Gorilla Biscuits t-shirt?
That's it,
He
yep.
said that in the middle of the Amway Theater. I was like, yeah.
Both you in
That's
your
awesome.
tight jeans with your ass cracks hanging out.
And then he goes, dude, I could have gone on stage and if I even knew how to play one instrument because he goes, can you play guitar? And I went, yeah.
Yep. Just lie.
I should,
Right.
dude. You know what's funny? Okay, so we'll hit up the Inevitable, which has been happening in the news or whatever. But one of the best ways that I heard about it being said, you guys know Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, who do Jim and Sam in the morning.
Oh,
both,
I
both
didn't know
of them.
that he had a current show, but of course,
Yeah.
Jim Norton, I'm very
Jim
familiar
Norton,
with.
Chip Chipperson,
Yeah.
but they're from the Opie and Anthony show, and it's kind of a little offshoot, kind of like how Howard's guys do stuff on the side or whatever.
Right.
Anyways, Jim Norton described this fucking perfectly, and I laughed so fucking hard, and so this isn't my joke, but he goes, a lot of these people that got into the Capitol building and started being idiots. He goes, it's like when you're at a concert and you want to get on stage. So you're full of adrenaline. You run through the crowd. You get over the barricades. You're past security. You get up on stage. Now you've got the microphone in your hand. And
Right.
what does everybody do? Yeah.
They freeze up.
I have no
you're
idea
Seattle,
what to
but
do.
you're in Portland?
They were goddamn morons. And I love the picture of all the people that broke into the Capitol building and then they stayed in between the velvet ropes. That was really nice
Yeah,
of
right.
them.
Let's kick
That
these
was
doors
serious.
in
And
and
then
then
there's
be
just like
very
old
calm.
grannies like sitting around.
I don't know.
They get like access to the PA system and they just like baby shark do.
they got nothing. I got nothing. I didn't plan this far.
I remember
can't
one-
believe this happened so easily.
One
I didn't
kid-
expect security to let me in the Capitol.
Yeah.
Pat me on the ass and say good job on the way through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Adrian,
One
we
kid
did
got
it.
on the the intercom system at my school when I think I was in maybe like 6th grade, and this is how you know he freaked out because his name was Richard and he had a sister named Jessica. Everybody knew them. Everybody knew them, and they were brother and sister. And Richard Thatcher gets on the microphone and he goes, Jessica is a goat. I repeat, Jessica is a goat. And that's all he said.
Weird.
That was this big moment, and he called his sister a goat.
And he got in so much trouble for that.
I don't
And it
even
wasn't
think he
even
got in
worth it.
trouble. Richard was one of those likable kids that he could do anything, and it was like all harmless shit. You know, you couldn't even yell at him.
He spoiled that moment.
Oh.
That's prime time right there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard this story. It's a pretty fucking odd one. So I went over to their house one time. Now I wish I didn't say their last name. But went over to their house one time. I think this was them. And we were on the trampoline in the backyard. And we put like soap and water all over it. And we were like slipping around and jumping around and trying to kill ourselves being kids. And then like later on we were like hanging out on the trampoline. And his sister was wearing jean shorts. And I thought that she had one of those little like pulley, like, you know, a fray.
A string.
Oh,
Yeah.
the girl
string.
did.
Yeah, and I pulled it.
No. You cocksucker.
pulled the-
I wrapped it around my finger
Oh,
and fucking yanked her tampon clean out.
buddy.
I hope you're talking about the trampoline bungee cord.
Nope.
No,
One of the.
He
no?
thought it was a
her
phrase frame
tampoon from her vagina.
God.
And that I'm no so
They
like
call
Did a
that
coin
pull-
purse pop out?
They call that pulling the ripcord.
oh fuck.
Really, that's
what it sounds
that's
like.
a thing on another show.
That's what it sounded
C-Lane
like.
has done that before.
Oh god, what are the odds that two people have done
And he
that?
told the story and then called it pulling the ripcord.
Dude, so I know for a fact
Egad.
that was horrifying for her. But I was also pretty horrified
Oh,
myself.
God. The worst part is it then like undamming the dam?
Well, so
Was there a
everyone
heavy
else,
flow?
there
Well,
was
how old
other
wanna
no,
know?
there
How
was
old were you?
6th grade.
6th grade. Okay.
At least
so
you
you
didn't
were,
pull it out with your teeth.
Something like 11 or 12.
You're like, what's that? Where's that hair come from?
Dude, so everybody starts fucking laughing. The place is like, you know, it was like I just told a fucking joke.
Did
at
it make
the,
a noise you pulled it so hard?
I don't know. She's a teenager, so I imagine it. Whatever.
Oh my God. Shut up there.
Exactly.
Move on.
I know. But it was really, really bad. And like, so we never stopped talking about that. That was just folklore through the neighborhood for the rest of time until
Yeah.
they eventually moved away.
Including coming on this show. It's
Yeah.
now folklore on this show.
Pop goes my best friend's sister's bikini.
Pop goes the Tampax. Because the Tampax goes
We
pop.
weren't best friends. We just both rode bikes. But yeah, that was fucking. That was gnarly, and I felt really bad for it. But yeah, so
It's still not worse than what they did at Capitol Hill. Because they were like shitting and pissing in the hallways
What?
of Capitol
Oh,
Hill.
Dude,
no.
they killed a cop. They beat a cop to death.
It's been
well,
all-
two of them. One
yeah.
with a fire extinguisher and one with everything they could get their hands on. They're
There's-
fucking animals.
There's
bro.
about 500 stories just from that one event alone. Like,
and
just
with
too much.
all the cameras and all the shit and all the stuff, like there is going to be federal time.
A lot of these people have already
handed
been left and
out.
right.
A lot of people
The
have
lectern
been.
stealer, he's from Florida. He's been arrested.
Really?
Viking Guy, he's been arrested.
I've seen the Viking Guy many times at Black Lives Matter protests and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's like changed sides, I guess, in the last few months. He
Oh,
used
yeah?
to be for the other side. I think he's just one of those guys that likes
Just goes
rioting.
wherever there's a fight.
Wherever there's a
Coleman,
riot.
was the one that
I agree with that. Hey, I respect that. I respect that way
don't.
more than saying I have this shitty belief or this shitty belief.
And just holding to it regardless of all else, yeah.
If he just goes, you know what, man, I like to fucking party. I like to show up in my Viking shit and wreck house.
See,
At
I'm an
least
advocate-
I can respect that.
I'm a big advocate for if nobody's asking for your opinion, fucking keep it to yourself, and then
Nobody does that these days.
Go with whichever way you lean, but
Right.
like nobody gives a shit about Viking Guy's opinion on his politics.
No.
He's not
as
an
soon as you
expert
put
on
the
any
face
level.
paint on.
To the extent he forced it upon the world. Yeah, nobody cares that much.
But that wasn't even okay. So a woman was shot in the face, damn near immediately. She
Yep.
died.
Yep.
A policeman. I just
two
hearing
cops
was,
died.
What?
Yeah. There's
Holy
video of the
fuck.
one being beaten to death, dude. There's aerial footage of him laying there on his stomach, face down, pretty much done,
Dude,
and they're beating him with Trump flags, and it's like nobody deserves to die by a Trump flag. God damn, of all ways
Dude,
to die. Bro.
I did not. So all right. So
and the
I
ultimate
thought-
irony of the group 4, 5, 6 months ago screaming Blue Lives Matter, beating two cops to death.
Well,
it kind of
so
shows
I'm
that Blue Lives
surprised-
never mattered. It was all against what can we do to detract
That
from
is
Black Lives
ironic.
Matter.
And
it's
side
not
note-
ironic. It's goddamn. It is what it is.
Coleman was the one that pointed out, like, you have a perfect opportunity in this time to be anonymous. and nobody was wearing a mask.
While
So
you're
now they're all
committing
getting
federal
arrested.
crimes, just wear a mask. And but they're so anti-mask.
on.
They're so anti-mask.
That's a good ass point.
You fucking idiots.
That is a good ass
It's
point.
the one
I
time
didn't
you can
see
commit
a
federal
mask.
crimes and be normal
I didn't
by wearing
see
a hiding your
mask
identity.
in
And they
the
didn't.
bunch.
No.
Not even on the old lady.
It's crazy.
None of them. None
Holy
of them.
crazy.
fuck.
None of them.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that didn't happen long ago. I definitely didn't think the Republicans had it. Let me be clear. I didn't think they had the fucking nuts to do anything. They've been taking it up the ass for fucking years. They've just been fucking they've been losing the end of the battles, kind of. And like, so we know that the left has been, they're the ones known for the fucking, we're going to set shit on fire. Like, I'm so surprised that, I wish that, this is another thing that Jim said, I wish that it wasn't partisan, the storming of Capitol Hill. Now, I don't want anybody to die or set anything on fire,
right.
but storming Capitol Hill was absolutely necessary. I wish that one group didn't do it. I wish that people had come together and then gone into Capitol. Now, here's something
And just
that
peacefully protest your side in front of Capitol.
Here's
what
something
you
that
want.
I disagreed with a lot of people about, because now I'm not for death and destruction. I don't think that's how it should be played. But for years and 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 years, I've been hearing that the government should fear the people, not the people fearing the government. And this is one.
Yeah.
This was the only time, and as a punk rocker, it's kind of a crazy thing, that I watched human beings storm into the Capitol building and say, if you don't do your job better, we will yank you out of here by your fucking hair.
Right.
Now, if your junk doesn't wiggle at that sentiment, you are a low T ass motherfucker. Because I was so surprised that it finally happened. I didn't think the Republicans would ever have the nuts to do anything like that. I totally thought that this would be a Democrat thing. They're way more, that's their language a little bit more, but it need.
I don't know.
I'm
It's
so
extremist on either side.
Yeah,
it's
it's
whoever's
crazy.
losing at the
Regardless.
time, at
Yeah.
the
but,
moment.
dude, I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it only happened once.
Well, that is the thing. It's sad that it went down the way it went
I
down.
don't think anybody
and
should
shit
die for it.
Hit the fan right, and people lost their lives. That's
And
terrible.
I really wish that it wasn't a partisan thing, because
Yeah,
that taints
agreed.
it. That
Agreed.
the whole fucking dude. So like the whole seeing all those
But this had to be a partisan thing because the left wasn't.
Dude,
the
that
left is
slingshot
not,
was going one way for a long
exactly.
time,
It was being
and then
pulled, and the
finally,
man pulling the
why
string on
wouldn't
that.
the end result is Republicans go boom all
right.
in one
Right. It's
thing.
got all that kinetic energy, right? And it's
Dude,
all built up. And
that was
apparently they
crazy.
were discussing this on Parler and Twitter and all these sites.
Parler's now out.
Well, Parler's still a thing, but you can't download it anymore. I
Yeah.
checked it yesterday. I could still get
Yeah.
on my Parler account,
And-
but apparently it's not available on Google
Oh, that's
or
right.
Apple anymore.
We
Yeah,
started
you can't
Parler
get it.
accounts as a
Yeah,
joke.
it makes
I
my
forgot
it makes
about
my
that.
In Orange We Trust.
Is that why I
app
made one? Because, dude, I had-
it
I
makes it
looked-
more ironic, and my name is Hunter Biden.
Is that
so
why I had
that's
a
the thing.
Parler?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I looked on
probably because you were researching
I
on the
looked-
show that we did that. We downloaded it.
Okay, so I looked on my old phone. I still use my old phone for a lot of stuff. It's got a great camera and stuff, but I like my new phone for other stuff. So when I was going through my old phone, I'm looking through the shit, and I'm like, why do I have a fucking Parler? When did I ever do this?
Right.
I didn't remember
I
it.
forget I have it all the time, and occasionally I'll open it and go,
Yeah.
oh, it's still operating.
Yeah. Well, people.
Nothing's
So
going on my
Trump
page,
was.
but-
Here's another thing that we're all going to disagree on. Or I'm probably going to disagree on with you guys. Is I definitely don't think that they should have banned Trump's Twitter. I'm so interested in what the fuck he has to say right now.
Twitter's a private company; they can do whatever they want.
I know they can, but it's not a good time.
He's just saying he
I'm
wish
so
he hadn't
curious.
because it's
They're not-
entertaining.
I'm
for
so
entertainment
curious of what
value.
this fucker's talking about now, and now they banned it. I'm like, you
Well,
asshole!
I
On
do
my-
agree.
Now is the time.
It does have an entertainment level that is like bar none.
You're
but
not
here's
wrong
the
about
thing.
that.
Here's the
True.
thing. Of course they can do that. They're a private company. They can do whatever they want. But also, let's not pretend that Trump is silenced. He has a podium in his house that he can speak to the planet.
yeah, but I
on.
don't want to sit there and pretend that like
But
we're
who's going to
giving a
carry it
guy
at a
with
certain point? Like, you got to go
He
to
could-
DonaldTrump.com or something and then tell all your followers, go to
If-
this website
the
and follow
only-
me there.
If you could potentially start a civil war and you have about a 40% chance of that happening because of like the popular vote, and it's like it wasn't 50-50, but like there's like 40-something% of it was going towards Trump. It's a very scary thought that somebody can manipulate that many people into doing whatever he wants. And if he wants to fly off the handle on Twitter, Twitter's not going to be held responsible for that.
No,
So they
for
said
sure.
fuck that. And
Well,
they
I
pulled it.
just, but he's got a platform. He's got many platforms that he can speak
Well,
on.
yeah,
The news.
Alex Jones did
But-
that
Well, he
with
does.
But like,
InfoWars.
It says
so-
here Trump's official page is the USDOS, which is the Department of State. And it says, as of today at 1:40 p.m., Donald J. Trump's term ended at 1:40 p.m. According to his own website, he's vacating his seat as presidency. And I
Nice.
think
So
that's
Pence
because
is
they're
the
trying to put this 25th Amendment on him. They're
Yeah.
trying to ruin his future running. They're trying to
Well,
impeach
does he
him. They're
wanna
trying
run?
to.
He's old.
They're trying to.
He's old
I
and
know.
not
That's what I'm
liked.
saying.
He's
Trump
old,
does
but-
not need this shit.
They just wanted to, yeah, exactly. He's fucking over it. It didn't go well, bud. Take your
No.
shit and go home.
No.
But here's the only time that I think that banning someone is in the right. If they're so correct that you're like, holy shit, he's got a fucking point. We can't let anyone know this. If someone's wrong, then you're like, fuck it. I can
No,
prove
I don't-
you're wrong.
I don't think it's
if your
because I
wrong
can prove
words
you're wrong.
are incendiary,
Look, mathematically, I can show that you are incorrect. So fuck off. It doesn't matter what you say. But
we can do that with almost everything Trump says.
But the only time that I would be like, oh fuck, we got to stop him from sending that message because he's fucking right.
No.
That's the only time
People
that
are
I would
losing
think
their
that it
life,
would be.
and we gotta get out of
Because
the
anything
middle
else
of
is
that.
childish.
I think
Anything else is
it
totally
has-
childish.
I think it has to do with his position of power. If he was
Yeah.
not in that position of power,
Right.
he could Twitter and fly off
And
any
if he
fucking
was
handle he wants.
not
to.
I
in
thought
his-
they were going to do it
president-
when he was a private citizen after this.
both in
Yeah.
the power. Yeah, I thought so too. But I say based on what happened at the Capitol and his remarks leading up to that, his camp's remarks at the both on their platform, on other platforms, and at live speaking, they absolutely did what they thought they had to
They-
do to separate themselves from future losses of life
I feel
because
like
of his
violence
words.
on a mass scale.
I
Yeah.
feel like they
And they were the
turned
medium,
off
helped
they
to
turned
be the
off the
medium.
video game. They hit reset on the video game because they didn't like that they were losing or whatever. And not that they were losing,
Right.
but they weren't losing.
Oh, Twitter never
I'm not
loses,
saying
bro.
that he was right. I'm saying that's what you do when someone is so right that you
Okay.
can't rebuttal.
Yeah, I see what you're
like,
saying.
oh,
You're
fuck.
backed against the wall. You got no argument,
Yeah,
so just
I've-
shut it
I've
off.
done it
Right.
to my damn
It's
sister. She
flipping
was
the
kicking
Monopoly
my
board.
ass.
It's flipping the Monopoly board when your grandma fucking collects all the goddamn
My
real estate.
also-
sister used to kick
Fuck
my
you,
ass with
Grandma.
Twisted Metal, and I'd turn off the fucking
Yeah,
console like
yeah.
a bitch.
Yep.
And that's what they did.
It
Yeah.
happens in a lot of scenarios, though, where sometimes if people aren't too invested in a situation, they slowly back up and say, I'm not being responsible for this.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter does not want to be responsible for why people get to hear Trump's
I
messages.
don't blame
Twitter
them.
has been
Hate-
slowly backing
spreading
away.
hate.
They
I don't
started
blame
putting
them.
the disclaimers on all of his shit. I feel like it was a slow back away,
here,
and
let
which
me-
they were working towards on the 20th. But because of what happened, they
Let me
pulled
be
the,
clear.
At some point,
they
they need
turned
to
off the
save
video
themselves.
game before
Hold on,
that.
hold on.
They
right.
need to save
Hold on.
themselves
Right.
from this crazy man.
Let me
that's
be
going
clear.
off.
Agreed.
Let me be clear.
Agreed.
I know that any company has the right when they made their rules and regulations.
I don't think that's the argument. We all know that. They're a
Because
privately
on
held
Facebook
company.
will do it too. If you are correct about something, or if you say something too funny or too relevant or whatever, Facebook will delete you as a person. They will do it.
Oh, yeah,
If,
first they
if
start-
you say if
Well-
you have an opinion that is not their pre-scripted opinion, they will silence you, and they have the right to do that.
Well, that's
It's
what
their
Parler is.
thing. It's
Yeah,
their thing.
Parler's
They're allowed to do it.
Right,
Now,
conservative. If you say anything against it, they,
I'm saying
They'll
that
silence you
they're
there, right?
they're totally in their right.
Yeah.
They're totally in their area of the law.
Right.
They're totally allowed to do that. But it's a bitch move. You should
depending on
if
you
you
know.
don't think someone's correct, you should totally be able to go, well, you're not correct, and I can prove it.
Right, but I think that's
and
where-
you're stupid for this or that or whatever.
I think that's
But
where our disagreement lies in that we don't think that they pulled the plug on him for that
I
reason.
think
We think
with-
they pulled the plug on
I
him.
don't know why I looked
to,
at my watch.
To,
I think
to
with 10
distance themselves
I
from
think
the
with 10
goddamn
days
violence
left, I
that
think
he's
with 10
inciting.
days left, we should at least go, okay, go ahead and make your parting
No.
statements.
No, with 10
because
days
you're
left,
fucking
fuck
out of
you,
here.
You're done. You've
I don't-
written your own death warrant to the presidency as of last Wednesday,
I'm
bro. and
extremely
that's it.
curious
I
of what he's
wholeheartedly
saying about
see-
this.
I
shit.
don't think it has
I don't
anything to
care.
do with
He's done in
fear
my
of
mind.
Trump telling the truth. I don't think it has anything to do
Dude,
with that.
his
It is
speech
fear
that
of
day was awful.
responsibility of them giving him a platform to say the ridiculous shit that he's been saying up to this point, which has caused
Which
the
is
storming of the
a lot
Capitol.
of times false
which has caused
information
a lot.
and exaggeration and things that are inciting violence. Whether he
If you're
outright
incited
means
by
to or
that, you're a
not.
moron. But there's a lot of morons out there that
That's
are.
what I'm saying. I mean, his following is in
But
mass.
I don't know.
Pretty moronic,
A lot of
bro.
people give him too much credit. They suck his dick too much. They're like, he's
Right.
too powerful.
Which is
He's
why
this
his
and
words
that.
incite people.
He's,
Right.
He's inciting stuff with people. And
Because
I'm saying
people give him
Democrats
too
give him
much
too much power. They're obsessed a
His
little
own
bit.
following gives him too much
People
power. Are
have
you kidding
quoted-
me?
people
Anybody that puppet stringed by a fucking bloviated fucking gas bag that he is a moron. Period. Like anybody that thinks that you marching to the Capitol is going to change anything, no matter what he said or what
changed
happened
some
that
shit.
day. It
Probably
didn't
the
change the
security.
outcome of the presidency. Yeah,
No,
it's
none of
for the
that.
better, I would hope.
Yeah.
Our
It didn't
Capitol
change
should have
anything
been
for the better
should have been
either.
protected.
No,
Yeah, that was crazy. They just let those motherfuckers in too. There was some footage of them like lining up or whatever.
I saw them standing in the hall. There's police standing in the hall after they break down the door, and they're calmly walking in at that point.
Yeah.
And the police are just standing there. One dude walks right past a cop like that, and the cops along the wall just standing there watching it happen. And there's 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Like
that was so staged and fake. I couldn't even fucking believe it. Because when I was watching, I was like, why is Grandma there? I was like, there's a woman in a wheelchair. There's a picture of a woman in a wheelchair, and she's going through with her little American flag. She looks like a fucking, not going to say the word, but she does not look like a very smart person. Sorry, I lost my mic. She doesn't look like a very smart person. But she's just going through in her wheelchair. That means she took the handicap ramp all the way up the Capitol steps, and then she clunked over the thingy, and she got into the Capitol building, and all she's got is literally a tiny
it was easy
stick
for
flag.
anybody on their camp to get in there because they had every entrance. We thought while we watched on the news that it was like, oh, it's this rear west entrance or whatever they kept saying. Turns out it was every fucking door and window pretty much on that place. They were either trying to or gaining access to.
Well, I definitely don't think it's a good thing, but I am certainly not surprised. I think we called this like a long time ago.
Yeah,
and also
shit's been building for
just
years.
for future. So what's going to happen by next? I'm sorry, I'm burpy right now. Ooh, that was a good one.
Spicy.
Sorry if anybody.
That was great.
I had garlic wings at Spats earlier, so
you smell that through the mic.
Oh, but so one thing that I did want to say is in between now and our next show, there is going to be the obviously handover power. I guess you just said Trump quit.
He's stepping down.
He's taking his ball and going home like it fucking should. It's over, dude.
I guess they can't
it's over.
not have
Start playing the Hulk music. Fucking take your ass down the road. But seriously, so what is going to happen on quote unquote election day, inauguration day, whatever
20th,
it's called?
Yeah,
not election day. We already had that. Inauguration day is there is going to be protests at all 50 state capitals.
I believe it.
Probably.
They already said it. It is happening.
Okay.
It's official. It's going to happen. So what I'm not sure is what that means. So
I would hope after what the fuck happened nationally that each state has their damn ducks in a row.
Hopefully they're a little bit more
and you have some
prepared
cops
this time.
on site, right? Because
Yeah.
when Black Lives Matter came through and you knew they were coming,
We're the
you
water
prepared in
cannons
advance.
this time.
Well, you know they're coming now,
That was
so
the
prepare in
excuse,
advance.
we didn't know that they were coming to
Right,
Capitol Hill.
right.
So now,
Yeah, you did.
Now
Well, here's the thing: you didn't know they were coming to
50 million
Capitol
other
Hill,
people knew.
But yeah, exactly. How did you not know? But also,
Do they not have
You knew they
Twitter?
were going to be in town at a rally for the president. Like,
Yeah.
so maybe just have
Holy
more people
shit.
on standby. Yeah, in the city, if not at Capitol, in the city, ready to go. I don't know. It's a
Well,
fucking
it
just
giant
sucks that,
clusterfuck on all goddamn levels.
Yeah.
It's horrible to think
It's
that
embarrassing.
this is how we're
It is.
kicking off the new year, and then our first episode has to go into a heated discussion about what the hell is
Hey,
going
that's
on.
what it's about. Yeah, it's fine.
You know, I mean, it's
You know?
not.
That's what
Here's
it's
the
about.
thing.
I love it.
It's not heated. It's just that it's the same as it always is. Is I am such a I am so weary of when somebody tells me information, I automatically not assume they're lying,
Right.
But I'm just like,
Err on the side of
The
falsehood.
mainstream media
Verified.
has done literally they have never once told the truth, and I hate the government because they've never once spent a dollar wisely.
Okay, I didn't mean so maybe not a heated discussion, but these hard hitting topics.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to come at
Oh,
it with such
Do you remember
real
what I
shit so
said?
much? Yeah.
Do you guys remember what I said in November? I said, well, now shit's going to get fucking boring, man. This dude's out. We're not going to have anything to talk about.
Right.
We got this dildo pedophile at the wheel now, and fucking what are we going
And
to
then
talk about
Trump was
him
like,
for?
Hold
This
my
is the
beer.
finale.
This is going to go back.
Rocky and Florida's bored, guys.
We're just back to straight fucking white dude, fucking boring ass, corrupted, and fucking the same shit over and over again. We just reverted back in history. We were going there. We had a black man, and then we had a fucking a dude that didn't need corporate money on all this stuff, and they all fucked
Right?
it up.
Yeah.
And so now we're
we
back
put a businessman
to just fucking.
in there because he's not a politician; he's a businessman.
Now we're just
and
back
look what
to
that
corrupt white
non-politician
fucking
did.
politicians
Unfit
again.
to do his job.
Almost a woman, not a woman. Well, a woman, but
We'll
like
have
not
a woman
the
by
best
the end.
one.
He's not gonna live through his
Not
first
the-
presidency. He's too old. He's too demented. They're gonna kill him off somehow. She will be the president. So we will have a woman
Let's place
president.
a bet. Let's place a bet right now. I say in 4 years he's still there.
Because
No.
Hillary.
I say he is
no.
here but right now, January 11th,
Kamala's got it.
2021. I say 4 years from now, when it comes re-election time.
I'm not even taking that seriously.
okay.
I don't even think that's even close to. I don't think he. No.
Oh,
I mean, but it's
you're gonna have to put money
speculation,
then.
though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's speculation. For you to just
A
be like,
Texas
"There's no
penny."
way you're right." You don't fucking know. I can't say there's no way you're right.
When
There is
what's-
a way you're right.
when
It
what's
could very well
He's too
happen.
old and feeble. He's not.
He's
His
no
mind
older
isn't.
than so many other fucking old ass goddamn white
Yeah,
man
it's not a
presidents
good
we've
idea to
had.
have him in there.
When-
No,
when-
agreed.
when
But I
this
say he's
show-
still there in 4 years.
When this show
he
is in
won't
its
die.
9th year, We're gonna have to resurface.
Oh my
this.
God! Right?
Can you imagine?
Oh,
We're going to be
that's
doing
still
it
a
from a
thing.
bunker underground.
Yeah.
We can't go upstairs, guys. Everything's the Capitol.
There's a room behind us marked "Living Dead," and it's not ironic.
Oh, no.
It's just fucking. It's like literally like the zombies in there.
Do not open. Dead inside.
Yeah, we just use them to fucking plow our fields.
The walking politically dead.
Just hang a fucking like a piece of meat or a brain in front of them and let them plow our fields for
Good
doing
fucking
carrots.
Lord.
That's what I want to do.
love
Cheers to
Cheers,
the first
guys.
one.
Cheers.
Hold on. Hey, hold on.
We got one out of the
Here's
way.
one thing that did happen. We did officially make it through 2020 alive.
We did.
And that's something that a lot of people
Barely.
can't say.
Boom.
Unfortunately.
Well done. Well done. That is something to be proud of. You know.
I was going to say, we out this month.